To really be careful when I hear these fools on TV talking about defund the police and things like that. We need police reform and prison reform and things like that. Because you know who ain't gonna defund the cops? White neighborhoods and rich neighborhoods. So that notion they keep saying that, I'm like, wait a minute, we just gonna leave, who are black people supposed to call? Ghostbusters? When we have crime in our neighborhoods, we need police reform. But like I say, white people, especially rich white people, they're always gonna have cops. So we need to stop that defund or abolish the cops crap.
And we started this.
Just bad the young lady lost her life, but we do have to take into account that her boyfriend did shoot at the cops and shot a cop. So, like I say, even though I'm really sorry she lost her life, I don't think that we can just say we can put this in the same situation with George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery. I just don't believe that.
And then again, man, how insensitive are you, Chuck? Like, you have no heart. You on TV. These people, this family just heard the news that they ain't getting justice for their daughter getting murdered. And you gonna say on TV that you don't put her in the same category? Like, think about what you said, bruh. Think about what you saying. A lot of people that's on TV that's black ain't speaking for us. And that's what you doing. Nowhere in hell people want to expect you to be so educated and look up to you so much, and you go on TV and say that out of all days today. This family just got this news. Are you gonna go on a basketball show where all the players been talking about is justice for Breonna and say she's not in the same category with Georgia? Man, y'all crazy, dog. Y'all crazy.
Yo, man, so you see what it is. So Charles Barkley is in hot water once again. I don't know what people were expecting, man. Because at first I wasn't even going to speak on this. I'm like, all right, this is like Captain fucking obvious. Okay, we know Charles Barkley's his viewpoints. He's a public. He's always been public on his opinion as far as politics. He's a Republican. He's out there in Arizona. He's got a white wife. He got drafted in 1984, so he's like 35 plus years removed from the black struggle. And he's been known for saying all kind of shit for years. As a matter of fact, on TNT, he did the American Race a few years back and was going from city to city talking, we're going to start a dialogue, Kenny, Shaq, we're going to start a dialogue, Ernie, all of that bullshit. So he was going to, he went to Baltimore, he spoke to Freddie Gray, and people was cussing him out. It was hilarious. It was a good show. The problem with this is the insensitivity, like Steven Jackson said, like, yo, her family, yeah, fuck it. They got $12 million they settled for. And I'm not going to get into details as far as was it right, was it wrong. Of course, I mean, if anything, I blame the judge, the people who was on the trial. They did what they always do. They dragged this shit out, waited all summer. I mean, this happened in March. They just now reached a verdict in September. And ironically, it's the same anniversary as Emmett Till in 1955, but it's insensitivity to it. You know what I mean? For the family could have been watching the game, just trying to ease their mind to get away from what happened, and they see you guys, and Charles says some shit like that. And of course, Shaq, pretty much said the same thing in a sense. And Shaq is a certified police officer, like not by occupation, but he's went to academy and everything, I think, in Florida. So he's always been pro-police also. And typically they wouldn't even spoke on this. But the NBA, since its return, it's all about, the campaign has been about race, social issues, Black Lives Matter. What Charles said, it goes against the agenda of the league. And I wouldn't be surprised if they make him issue an apology about how insensitive it was. Because like I say, it goes against everything the NBA is standing for right now. You literally have dozens of players with Breonna Taylor's name stitched in their fabric of their jerseys. Or they got shirts with her name on it, or, hats and masks. And then somebody who's a part of that fraternity, represents the NBA, gets on television and says that. Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Now, as far as his comments about the police, like I say, defunding the police, like I said, he's pro cop. Now, me, I don't think we need to abolish the police. We need some kind of fucking authority. I mean, the world would be fucking crazy without any cops. You just want them to do what they're supposed to do. As far as funding them military type finances so they can run around here with all kind of tanks and tear gas, I don't support that either. But it is what it is. I mean, this is Chuck. He's the same guy who told you in 1990, what was it, 93? I'm not a role model. He told you he's not a role model. But this is what happens when you talk dialogue and you talk about issues involving race, politics, sex, whatever. You got to accept the fact before the conversation starts, you might not like everything or anything that this person might say out their mouth. You don't know. You know what I mean? You have no idea. But with Charles, I mean, what do you expecting? So of course everyone's like cancel Charles Barkley. He's canceled. Yada yada yada. You know, typical, typical shit on the internet. But yeah, Charles was out of pocket for that. You know what I mean? Just the insensitivity to the situation. I'm not saying he should lie. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I mean, I can't change the way Charles Barkley feels, even though I disagree with it. But it wasn't the right time for that, especially when the company you work for, I know he's an employee at TNT, but by the way of the NBA, you know what the NBA is doing. You don't say no shit like that. You compromise the whole fucking movement that they got going on, you know, if it's even genuine. So it is what it is, man. Let me know what y'all think about Charles Barkley's crazy ass and his comments on Breonna Taylor. Rest in peace.